Hey everybody, welcome to Ala's World of Finance. And by the way, happy Mother's Day. I don't know how many mothers are watching my channel, but if you are, happy Mother's Day. If you're not, happy Mother's Day to your mother. And this is getting awkward, so let's go ahead and just start the video. Now, in this video, I want to talk about Take-Two Entertainment and their stock. And they're really a video game company. And I really like making videos on video game companies and investing in them because I'm very passionate about gaming. I have an Xbox One, a Nintendo Switch. I'm not going to get into all that, but I enjoy video games and I know a lot about the market and the business and all that. So I know that it's not always the smartest thing to invest in video game companies because their games can affect their stock very easily. They tend to be a little volatile. But I think that it's also important to invest in companies that that you're passionate about, so you'll understand the market, you'll understand their products, and that can be a good thing. That can help you, that can set you up for success potentially. If you get too involved with your emotions, it could end up hurting you. But anyway, let's go ahead and start the video. Now let's go ahead and start by talking about their numbers. So their 52-week high is at $68.76, and that's a very recent 52-week high. They actually just reached that. Their 52-week low is at $33.06, and they're currently at $67.99 because they just recently dropped a little bit from that 52-week high. So you can see already that their price is a bit high, and it's double their 52-week low. So they're a bit high, and we're going to talk about that in this video. Now their market cap is at $6.85 billion. By the way, a lot of these numbers and figures, I got it from NASDAQ.com, Zacks Investment Research, and E-Trade. Now, their 2016 PE ratio was at 45.13. Their 2017 PE ratio is at 48.30, and 2018 it's at 29.31, some estimations there. So their PE ratio is a bit high, especially considering their competition like Electronic Arts and things like that. But I do think that they have some potential for some growth here. And we're going to talk about that. Now, quarter three was the last quarter that they reported earnings for. Quarter three earnings per share estimations were at 96 cents. They beat that with 99 cents. Quarter four, which is this quarter that they're going to announce very soon, they're estimated at 57 cents EPS, and we won't know the actual number until May 23rd, 2017, so it's coming up very soon. And when they release that earnings call, I will probably do an updated video on the stock and let you know how the earnings call went, because I'll be listening to it. Now, before we start talking about E-Trade estimations, let's go ahead and shift over to their products, and I'll let you know what I think about them. So their Red Dead series is, their last video game for that series was Red Dead Redemption, so that was a video game. And it's basically an open world frontier game, kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but more of a cowboy kind of old frontier kind of style. And they shipped over 15 million copies, so it was very successful. Lots of awards, lots of Game of the Year, Game of the Month, things like that. And then Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced in October of last year, 2016. And it's slated to release in fall of this year, fall 2017. So that's coming up, Red Dead Redemption 2. I was hoping that it would be announced for the Nintendo Switch, not only because I own stock in Nintendo, which it would obviously help Nintendo, but also because the Nintendo Switch is already a huge success. And I think that it would actually help Take-Two if they would make a version for the Nintendo Switch. However, they haven't announced that, and almost nobody thinks that it's going to happen. So it's very unlikely for it to come to the Nintendo Switch. If it does, it'll probably help both companies, but it's not likely to. Now let's talk about their NBA 2K series. It's basically basketball simulation games. And what I like about this area is that they really have no competition, because NBA Live has been a failure and they keep getting bad reviews every time that they try to make a basketball game. So they really have no competition, from Electronic Arts or any other company. And as of February of this year, NBA 2K17, which was their last game, has shipped over 7 million copies. So it was a success already. And then NBA 2K18 is slated to come out in fall of this year, 2017. And it has been announced for the Nintendo Switch, which is huge because the Nintendo Switch is a major success, and it's really the first time that you can get real console quality games on the go. And it's not going to have any basketball simulation games, so NBA 2K will do very well on it. People are going to buy that game, and it's going to help Nintendo, and it's also going to help Take-Two. So I see that being a very good thing. Now let's talk about Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is an open world game. It's a little controversial because it has a lot of violence and things like that. So people think it's too violent. But if you set your feelings aside on that, and we just look at the numbers, let's just take a look at the numbers. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5 was the last Grand Theft Auto game that was released. In 2013, it was released for the Xbox 360 and PS3. 2014, Xbox One and PS4, and then 2015 for the PC. Now, it broke industry records. It broke all sorts of records. It was the fastest selling entertainment product in history. In its first day, sold over $800 million worth. First 3 days, over $1 billion. And to date, it's shipped over 75 million copies. That is huge, guys. Look at Red Dead Redemption. That was a success, right? 15 million copies. This one has 75 million copies, okay? NBA 2K, 2K17, 7 million copies. Over here, Grand Theft Auto, 75 million. I mean, that's just, that's like outrageous, guys. It sold so much. Now, I couldn't find figures for the exact amount of money that it's brought in, but you can pretty much estimate that it's in the billions range. It's probably, if you force me to guess, I would probably say around 3 billion, but it's brought in billions of dollars, and it has done extremely well, and it's one of the best-selling games of all time, and it's received tons of awards, Games of the Year, you name it, it's received a lot of them. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6 would be the next one, but we don't have any announcements, and there's no release date. So I look at that and I think, Grand Theft Auto is a big part of this, because I like to invest in companies where I know that there is a big successful product in the pipeline that will be coming out at some point in the future. And that means that no matter what happens to the stock, no matter the volatility, no matter what happens day to day, if it drops a little bit, whatever, I could care less. I don't have to pay attention to it, because I know that in the future there is this amazingly successful product. Okay, if you don't consider all the controversial stuff and you take your feelings out of the equation, it's a very successful product that will obviously affect the stock. And so that way I can invest in the company and I don't have to worry too much about volatility and things like that. The thing is that we don't have a release date, and with Red Dead Redemption coming out, you can pretty much guess that it's going to be a good while before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. So you could be waiting a while, so this may end up being a long-term investment. Now let's look at E-Trade estimates. So basically a consensus of analysts for E-Trade, or their estimations brought together by E-Trade. For a 12-month general price target estimate, they have it at $69.25, so just a little bit higher than what it's currently at. They really see it going as high as 77 and as low as 60. So when I look at Take-Two as an overview, I think it's too high. I think it's just a little too high for me. I actually had shares of Take-Two, and I bought them at around $58, and then I sold them. I think I sold them at around 62, 63, and of course I regret selling them, not only because it went up more, but just because I still see potential for Take-Two. But the reason that I sold them was because I wanted to put more money into Nintendo, and that's been the case with a lot of my stocks that I was invested in. I sold them and I invested in Nintendo, and it's been paying off to a degree because Nintendo is doing well. But I could have potentially had more gains with Take-Two, but that's besides the point. I'm not going to look too much on the past. What I'm looking at now is I would like it to drop somewhere below maybe $64. If it drops below 64, 63, 62, that's where I really start looking at this and I'm ready to invest again. There's a couple things that worry me. I'm worried that some of this hype may be factored into the price already. We're seeing that it's at its like 52-week high, so it's already really high. So there's something that is bringing up the stock price, and I'm a little worried about that. So I would like it to drop a little bit. I don't know how successful the next Red Dead will be. It probably will do well, but I don't know that for sure. So there's just some questions here. So some things to look at, but I would start to feel comfortable at around 64, 63, somewhere around there. I would really start looking at it and probably invest in it again. But right now it's a little too high. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe. I do videos like this all the time. And have a wonderful, beautiful day. Take care.